make a lot more progress than if you just to run at them.
You can also Tempered Fate your own team to avoid Mega Inferno Bomb damage.
It is
which would be pretty funny. Never seen it before, don't even know whether it would necessarily be a good idea.
And in fairness, I think if they get triple Grubs here, they're pretty happy overall.
Yeah, honestly, Grubs, very, very good for this composition.
Yeah. But Gen.G responding well, I think, to this mid lane pressure that KT are consistently trying to apply.
So Cuz will be able to finish this one off. It is going to be a Cloud coming up next, so sad for me that there's no Cloud Soul. It could be an Infernal, Mountain, something like that. Could also be another Chemtech, which would be worrying. But this is a Ziggs game, so, I mean, Ox is going to be paying attention. So we can't really blame him for
I want it to be an Infernal. I really do.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that would be pretty peak. All right, Gully Wall goes down. That's going to block Duro. And cease and desist. And I think Perfect is going to acquiesce. And where have we seen this play before? Yes, it was last game. Makes more sense to go for this one that does give you that little bit more durability as the flash forward into the Solar Flare here. Zenith Blade will connect. Tempered Fate is going to buy Duro a little bit of time, but I don't know whether it's going to save him. As never mind to get over the wall though, and there it is. Doctor Arm hits him with that water balloon, and down goes Brad. Yeah.
So, look, I can't sit here and say I would have made that choice. I would have died. I respect it.
Sometimes it's worth it, but maybe this isn't for Chovy as Peter goes in. Chovy actually still with Flash, so never mind. He was absolutely fine the whole time. Oh, okay. Well, there is still a turret here as the minefield goes down. Canyon is definitely dead, and Doctor Arm will be taken out by the Dawning Shadow, but I think he's okay with it. Trading that 1-for-1.
Yeah, good chain around there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get away from the ult from Ruler, so it's a 1-for-1, but Jungler dead.
All right, another kennel goes down here as Cuz just needed to press out on anyone to try and keep himself healthy, and down he will go. Tempered Fate over the wall, just predicting the flash, because doesn't press the button. And KT kind of dropping the ball in that particular moment.
Bit of a disaster to take down the enemy jungler and then lose out on the Dragon. Ruler and Duro just running Cuz down. Unable to get in range of either of them to really get any healing from that Sundered Sky. And it's one of those moments where you're like, kind of, do I need the flash? Do I need the flash? And in the moment, you're like, I'm just going to flash. I don't want to risk it.
And I think I respect that.
And I feel the regret afterwards. First tower taken by Ziggs, though. Doesn't even need the wave. It's on the back of his Ziggs.
Could be a big one. And with the Rift Herald going down, they're actually going to even things out when it comes to these objectives as well. So feats of strength still on the cards for KT. Even though Gen.G just need to focus on getting this next dragon if they want to take that one down for themselves as well. But that could be where the next fight is. Only 500 gold in it between these two squads. So nothing much at all. And I feel a little bit better for what KT can actually make with this composition later on in the game. It is a little finicky. It is not necessarily like your very standard team fighting comp. And the Mega Cone, because of course it is a Chemtech Soul again. Okay, Keen in so much trouble. The Zenith Blade says that's a dead Ambassador. Chovy now trying to run his way out, and he will be able to do so with the Phase Rush. Because at least then there's a reason. Okay, throw in a whole host of trouble. Mega Inferno. Oh, okay! Oh, what? Okay, well, Doctor, I guess, can just say goodbye to...
Now looking for this mid tower.
All right, Chovy in the Ghoulie Wall as the Maiden getting involved as well. Hextech Minefield comes on through because just going to ride Shelly into that turret. Will be able to take it down. Minute and a half on this Chemtech Dragon. Who is hit by a bouncing bomb and an ult. He is just dead, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they both...
Okay, well, now he just walks up, takes a turret shot, and maybe the Ziggs isn't even going to hit him as the bouncing bomb is going to go wide, but the Zenith Blade is still going to connect. He places Mega Inferno Bomb! And that is a strike if ever I've seen one! Takes over the game performance from the champion. Because I think as soon as that happens, people are going to stand up and recognize we're going to start seeing Ziggs bans, because this champion is in a pretty ridiculous spot right now as down goes the turret. Thus is the way of the Ziggs to allow them to secure it without a fight here. As the Cosmic Binding is so good there from Duro. Peter taking a lot of damage as he does make his way out with that magical journey. Mega Cones to get back to the rest of the team as well. As Canyon makes his way over the wall, is perfect on a flank angle. Ruler taking so much damage, so this Ziggs is a monster, and oh my goodness, that wasn't even the sweet spot, and Ruler is almost dead, but he's not, and gets the piercing darkness out. The Ziggs is still popping off though, as Canyon down so incredibly low, and it is a bloodbath once again in this mid-game as KT take over.
decimation from KT then.
And yeah,
No, I'm excited to see this. Where he's going through again.
All right, there we go. Seismic Shove gonna miss. And so Duro's out of there. There is an inhibited turret that was taken in the mid lane. That happened as well. As we've got pings onto the Ziggs from his own team. They're like, what the heck is going on? As the Ghoulie Wall is just gonna trap Keen in here perpetually. And finally, we are going to see this Otacon go down as the Maiden was helping Cuz. Yeah, Perfect's like, yeah, dude, I'm helping you out. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I do need to ask you now, is this your favorite game of the year so far?
I think it might be.
Okay, well, the public execution onto Perfect here. He's looking to see whether he can keep himself alive, but he can't. As once again, just going to get picked off Cuz with a casual subjugate, but otherwise not too much going to occur. They're Trundle over here. Peter is clearing out some vision as Perfect can get that Ghoulie Wall in to try and stop this. Canyon's out of the pit already, looking for a flank angle as they do peel away. And Perfect does spot out Canyon there with that Morning Mist. As in goes Peter, actually. Mega Inferno Bomb just misses everything entirely. And Peter does have to try and get out of there, but he's not going to be able to. And look at the sad Satchel, just explodes without doing anything. And Peter's life. Yep, Kennel goes down. Chovy able to walk around it as Perfect is making his way in. 50% health on the Drake. The KT are looking for the fight. Tempered Fate does absolutely nothing, as there is a Drake secured for Gen.G. That is Soul Point available, but can they keep themselves alive and find the team fight? Mega Inferno Bomb onto 3 is gigantic. Flash out from Canyon Keen, now being that Soul frontline. And Gen.G just holding them at bay, and the catch onto Perfect is too good. And Gen.G are able to eviscerate him. Now it's Canyon that makes his way forward. It's ambitious, but it's working. Chovy taking a lot of damage, but dishing out way more. It's a double kill as the Ziggs goes down. And out goes BDD as the last man standing.
Once again, KT in control, but they fumble it in a critical team fight. BDD looking for a pick. The flash in!
Oh my goodness, Chovy just getting on top of him here as BDD really wants to thread the volley. That looked a little bit like tilt as he goes down, and the ace is completed for Gen.G.
Baron going to be the reward as well, and now consistently the most KT you can ever imagine. It's just, they're always KT.
They really are. A bit fiendish as well as BDD, as we can see in the inventory, as in goes Canyon, looks for that backline as they're looking to just execute Doctom, but that's a great satchel still. It's a trade of a buy for a Doctom, and Doctom was so much more important. Ruler is still standing here as Cuz just walking away. Ruler deals with the turret, and Gen.G, I think they have just found their window to take over this game completely.
Gonna be able to push up mid here with the Baron as well. Not really enough wave clear from these two to do much against them. The two melee champions cannot step up against this 4-man from Gen.G. The CC would just mean insta-death. They'll take this mid inhibitor, probably back off after this, but the lead now, we saw so much of this game defined by a 2,000, maybe 3,000 at most gold lead. 8,000 lead for Gen.G at this point.
Mega Inferno Bomb in if you do manage to cheat some vision of the area, as KT are at least going to be able to slink their way over. And so Peter looking for an engage angle. Zenith Blade does bring him in. It's the Bard that actually locks this one down, as there is Canyon finding his way in. Tempered Fate to allow them to reposition. Canyon survives somehow! And Gen.G with the Chemtech Soul! And they were now able to march into the enemy base, and once again it is just BDD left alive. That was illegal, Canyon. Like, why is he still alive?
Saved by his team, the support's there from Gen.G and KT, not as close as the last one, but 2 games where they were in a winning position, a commanding position, but unable to close it out. Gen.G unrelenting, it feels like, in KT, a lot of hopes, unfortunately dashed in this series.
Oh man. And we thought that it was a sad one last time around for KT, but that was sad because it looked like there was no hope. And the problem with this one is it looked like there was hope until it was absolutely gone. Peter goes in once again because he needs to try desperately to do something. BDD does the same thing, but the Nexus is still going to reach the same fate. Gen.G, a 2-0 over KT that could have just as easily been a 0-2.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.